Okay, let's see how we tackle a typical spiral roundabout. Here we are looking at Birmingham city centre. Let's zoom in on the roundabout in question. It's the top of the Stratford Road, also called Camp Hill Circus. There it is coming into view just north of the railway bridge. Now you can see that we've got 4 exits in total, 3 including the one that we're going to come in from the south. The important thing with a spiral roundabout is to get into the correct lane early, so watch out for information signs that tell you which lane to approach in. Let's say we're going to go off to the right, that'll be the 3rd exit. The 2nd exit straight ahead in the top of the picture is actually bent off to the right hand side, and the 1st and the 3rd exits are separated by quite a wide grass reservation. Remember that we can put a signal on as soon as we've gone past the exit prior to the one that we wish to leave at. We don't have to wait for the entrance that corresponds with that exit to go by. So let's have a look at the road markings. We've got 3 lanes on the approach. We've got Ring Road, West, Central Area in the middle, and then right turning. The 2 lanes on the approach split into 3, starting off with 1 lane just under the railway bridge, splitting into 2, and then the leftmost lane splits into 2 again, which is quite typical. We're going to turn to the right, we want the 3rd exit, so we're going to approach, checking our mirrors, using the usual junction routine, MSPSL, centre and right mirror, right signal on if it's safe, moving into the rightmost lane, approaching the roundabout, letting our speed come down, thinking about what gear we're going to need, probably gear 2, maybe even gear 3, if when we look to the right we see nothing coming around the roundabout we need to give way to. If we do need to give way, of course, we come to a stop at the junction lines. And when we get onto the roundabout, when it's safe to emerge, we're going for the inside lane. You'll notice that in the middle of the screen now, in the roundabout, we've got 3 lanes, but the innermost one, lane number 3, is actually turning into being the middle lane, lane number 2. There's a dotted white line creating a new lane on the right hand side. That's the one that we want to move into, across those dotted lines. Ring Road East is how it's marked. We stay in that lane. We're now on the innermost track, lane 3, but once again as we go past the 1st exit, and indeed the 1st entrance to the roundabout there, that one turns into the centre lane again. On this occasion we want to stay in that lane, not move on to the inner track for the A34. We're looking for signs on the road surface, road markings, saying Ring Road East. Central area, the 2 lanes have moved off as exit number 2, and given that we've now gone past that exit, we can check our centre and left mirror, put on a left signal if it's safe, and we can either stay in the centre lane, lane 2, for exiting Ring Road East, or if it's safe we can move across into lane 1 to exit at this next exit where the pale coloured road surface is, actually pink coloured road tarmac to warn you that there's a pedestrian crossing coming up. So it's a 2-lane exit, we can exit in either of those, moving off from the roundabout, holding in that lane, not changing lanes on the approach to the pedestrian crossing, checking that the crossing's clear, and if we are in lane number 2, then checking centre and left mirror before moving across into lane 1 and accelerating, checking centre and right mirror to make sure we're not forcing anybody to stay in the overtaking lane longer than necessary, giving them an opportunity to come back. And that is how to deal with a spiral roundabout. So let's spin us around, look at it from the opposite direction, and as you can see the same sort of things would apply, looking for road markings nicely so that we can get into the correct lane, and then once we've got ourselves in that lane, holding to that lane and letting ourselves be spun out towards the outside of the roundabout. So that's spiral roundabouts.